director and governor's offices with those matters relating to DHS.
Right, so you directly report to Tina, or not directly report to Tina Kotek, but I mean this information does end up at her office, correct? Or I mean, if you found that.
Yes, we report to the governor's office.
Okay, yes, that is 100% my intention in the end of this. That is 100% my intention. Just so I am right, talking to the right place then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not quite sure if you are looking for a specific case.
Okay, so just so that as far as I know in this moment, I don't know that there's anything else you yourself can help me with unless someone isn't giving me the records or isn't explaining the records. So, and I do understand that until I come back to you with my put together records and concerns, and I do understand that. I have not done that yet. So, and
Okay.
So, if that's helpful.
Well, I still am not sure what your ultimate goal is, if it's specific to your own case, because you're bringing up other people's cases.
Thank you.
Or can I just finish this one thought? Or if you're looking to see change with the agency that better serves people who are experiencing domestic violence.
Yeah, thank you for asking me what my goal is. I actually appreciate that. My goal is to intend to help in whatever way I can to show what I've seen happen, which is things that involve criminal behavior and failure to provide required assistance by, kind of like all across the board. But I realize you need to have records to prove that, and you can say that, but you need to prove it. So my intention was to gather those records and then share my concern, which you may not agree with me, I understand that, but to share it, and if you do agree that there were failures and so on, and then to have that be forwarded over to see if there's something that can change, so children with all the records and all the people trying to turn in evidence, constantly reporting nothing, the abuse just kept happening, things that are considered criminal as far as I can understand it by the records I have.
Okay. And so, just to let you know, my office has submitted some formal recommendations to Department of Human Services leadership around protocols around domestic violence. Recently, in fact, I submitted recommendations as one of the several ombuds in this office. We do not have authority over the family court or law enforcement, so it gets to be a sticky wicket. So we have a judge ordering parenting time, and the survivor is having to interact with their abuser. So I'm going to let you know that is not something our office has authority over, but I do share concerns around those things. I can't speak to 2012, but I can speak to right now what we've recommended, and I think after COVID, a lot of things need improvement pretty much everywhere. I think we can all attest to that. Things, the world stopped running as we knew it. And one of the recommendations that actually I asked was a change in policy. I don't know if it will happen because I don't get to have the authority to change policy. Right. Is around the agency communicating with itself around these very things. Not just when prompted or if it comes up, but each and every time is what I'm asking for. Just so you know.
Right. So thank you for.
I would be pleased to hear that because that's something that was an ask from our office.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with me. And I mean, I didn't necessarily agree with everything that you said just now, but thank you for sharing that with me. I think you said the one thing I didn't agree with, is just that you said it was something worded about what your agency is responsible for, and so I know what it was. So from my perspective, oh no, you didn't say this wasn't about your agency. This was about Department of Human Services. From my perspective, if I already went to court and I already had a custody thing established, which took 5 years on its own due to death threats and so on and so on. And then on top of that, the child still went missing, and so then I report to the police. And so then the police say they don't want to do anything, but he's already been known as a, like, someone who's abused abused the child. So didn't put the child's best interest first type of situation. So it was my understanding when you say, the Department of Human Services can't do anything about that, I don't agree with you, and I believe they are the one agency that's tasked with making sure that they are allowed to remove the child and they are allowed to return the child home. They are allowed to communicate to the police that this person is not supposed to have this child and this is an ongoing situation. So I disagree that, to me, that's what you said, but I'm just stating that that's where I would disagree with the one thing you said.
So that's not what they have statutory authority to do. So if the agency is assigned a case and there's been a court order, they have to work within court orders.
Right, and there's no other court orders that I was told of after when I went to court. So they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've not seen the comparison. I'm just saying what the agency has authority to do, what they're statutorily.
Right. So they did not follow
the power that they have.
Right. So I did not receive those services.
What I would like to see is that they are communicating with them.
I'm sorry. What's that?
Especially when there's a family that's experiencing a high-risk situation.
If
it's suggestion, it's not policy that they have to do it 100% of the time. It's situational, case by case. So if you're wanting intercommunication between self-sufficiency around PABVS and child welfare.
Well, I think the reason for that being required would have been because then crime happened and my child wasn't sent to school and was used for daycare 24/7, and I reported it repeatedly. And so the point would be that would have been 100% prevented because I kept reporting this same issue. So I guess I would just again disagree, but and again I do have someone.
Yeah, I don't know that we're in disagreement. Just because I haven't looked in detail.
Right. I can agree with that statement. Yes, we're just sharing information right now.
And kind of get your thoughts in order on what you
yes.
want us to do, and you have my number.
Yes.
Happy to follow up on what I can.
Okay.
And then for now, the records matter is more between.
Right. Right now, I'm just trying to collect records so that I can share them openly with people who probably should look at them.
All right. So,
okay.
I look forward to you call me back. Leave a message if I'm not here, and I will respond.
Okay. And thank you. And did you say Leslie? I'm sorry. The phone. I can't.
My name is Leslie Sabatini. Yes.
Leslie, did I say that right? Again, I can't. My stupid phone. I'm sorry. I think it's a poor. It's not an expensive phone, so the speaker quality is just crap. So I have a little bit, just a slight hearing issue.